Ivan Miranda builds incredible marble clocks. They're huge, like room-sized. And I thought, what if I built the smallest one? And not just small, the simplest and the cheapest. But I already had a feeling that this would get rather complicated after all. The idea sounds simple. Instead of a digital display, I use marbles as pixels. Now I need a way to move them. I consider microsteppers. Precise, but slow, more expensive, and they need homing switches. So I asked a dangerous question. Can I build a 3-axis pick-and-place machine using just €1 hobby servos? No sane person would ever choose this motor for this application, which is why I love this challenge. So how do we pick up the marbles? An electromagnet sounds simple, but if you don't move it up and down, it has to sit very high above the other marbles as not to hit them when traveling. And at that distance you need a really strong magnet to pick up the balls. And when you turn it off, the marble drops from pretty high so it can bounce away. And honestly, I just want to use one of those cheap servos for the pick-and-place mechanism as well. So how about we grab one of those servos and just attach a permanent magnet? This works for picking up a marble and moving it up and down. But how do we let go of a marble? Maybe a small separator around the magnet so we can scrape the ball off the magnet? But then we also need an up and down mechanism for this restraint. So do we need 2 servos for the pick-and-place mechanism? Hell no! After a bunch of research, I found out that the cam mechanism can do everything that we want. Typically, these mechanisms use a spring, but I don't want that because I want you to make it at home, maybe. So we're using a double follower mechanism. Top and bottom, so you can push and pull that way. I spent a long time figuring out the exact right shapes for these cams. But check this out. What I love about building mechanisms like this is that they force you to think. Every dimension, every tiny tolerance, it's all applied math and logic. And honestly, that's why I like using Brilliant, the sponsor of this video. Brilliant helps you get better at math and coding through interactive step-by-step problem solving. You're not just watching someone explain things, you're actually solving them yourself. While working on this project, I went through their scientific thinking course, and I really liked how it breaks complex problems into small logical steps. They even have puzzles with gears and mechanical reasoning, which feels super relevant to what we're doing here. Their courses are built by educators from places like MIT, Harvard and Stanford, and they're designed for anyone from ages 10 through 110. So if you enjoy figuring things out, like making a €21 pick-and-place machine actually work, I think you'll like this too. To learn for free on Brilliant for a full 30 days, go to brilliant.org/strangeinventions. Scan the QR code on screen or click the link in the description. You'll also get 20% off an annual premium subscription with unlimited access. Now how are we going to move these marbles around? The first idea I had was completely impossible. I wanted to grab 2 servos with gears on them and just put 2 racks on the marbles holder. But this is actually impossible because now the marble holder can never move. So I'm pretty bummed out because now we need a whole elaborate slide system to get everything to move in 2 directions. Ah, damn physics, killing our vibe. In the end, I decided to move the pick-and-place mechanism forward and backwards in the air and move the marble holder left and right on the table. I'm super curious to see if it will work now. Oh, the forward and backwards is really nice. This is way too low, but cool. I want to make the frame a bit more stiff and we gotta guide this rack somehow. Because now, as you extend, you also move downwards. To fix this, I added a guiding bridge. But now there's too much friction and the whole system gets stuck. And I really don't want to use any loop, because now you would also need that loop when you want to build this at home. But can we just take one moment to appreciate the beauty of this cam system? Let's attach a microcontroller and see what happens. Ooh. Oh, calm down. Oh, shit. Please. It keeps getting stuck. Maybe I wrecked this servo. But as a quick reminder, I'm using clones and these are of worse quality than the original. This is the better servo. You can see, way less backlash. And this original one just works. Ha! Oh, well, I shouldn't have spoken. We should support the marble holder on the bottom here, so we load the gears in the proper way. And we need some guide rails. This is also the time to brainstorm the color scheme for the machine. Which background color would you have chosen? I'm in love with this color scheme of gray and white with accents of red and yellow. And I think the white holder is best for readability. However, the big gear is still getting stuck, so I changed the way it's attached to the servo, so it's a bit stronger now. And we're trying a wheel to guide the forward and backward motion now. However, it's still getting stuck. Come on! So it's time to bring out the big guns. 3 more rollers. Haha, and this works. After about 1 million revisions, it's time to test. I'm really curious to see if this will work. After about 6 misprints, I was finally able to, well, barely print this one. And this one is special because it has guiding fins. And this should reduce drag. However, it's still getting stuck. Hey. Whoa, whoa. But if we avoid that spot, we can continue testing. Spend a couple of hours writing the code. I found a tiny 3x5 pixel font defined directly in code. For this explanation, I'm just showing the numbers 1 and 2. Let's put our number in this area. We can use some of our stock to do so. Now, how can we transform to the next number? If we compare the 1 and the 2, we see that we need to remove 2 marbles. And we'll need to add 8 marbles. So we can make a list. First, we need some labels for the marble holders, and then we can fill our list. And we can do the same for the marbles that we want to add. Now, the first thing we do is move marbles from the remove to the add position. And then we can take a look at all the remaining items and match them to the stock. We can do this because we have a variable which keeps track of where all the marbles are. And then we have some helper functions to find the last empty or open slot in stock and to move a marble from A to B by using the motors. We can apply the move function to the items on our remove and add lists. We can now complete the to add list by repeatedly using the get full stock function and moving a marble from that spot to the spot on the to add list. I actually made a visualizer so you can see this happening in real time. The simulator is showing 23:58. So we need to remove 1 marble to go to the next minute, as indicated by the minus sign in that spot. So we move 1 marble. Now this case is more complicated. And you can see that many more plus and minus signs appear to show that we need to move a lot more marbles. So does this work in practice? No way. Is this working first try? Oh no! It just grabbed 2 numbers. Oh, I see. Nope, it's grabbing 2 again. Oh, and it's getting stuck. That's so weird. Why is it getting stuck now? As you move forward and backwards, we also move to the left and to the right. This part sucks. It's not straight, it's curved, so we need to reprint. Or maybe I can... Don't snap. Yeah, we're gonna reprint. So what about the big gear getting stuck? You can actually see it twisting. So what if we would prevent that twisting? I'm really wondering when we will be done with this project because I'm getting kind of sick of it, but I also want to see this work and present you with the most satisfying machine ever. Fixed. And fixed. I'm adding a time module for the microcontroller, and after calibrating all of the values in software, it should be good to go now. Wow, so cool. But there's still an issue where the magnet picks up multiple balls. The ball wants to stick to the side of the magnet. So I came up with a separator that's way better. Oh man, that's so smooth. Holy fucking shit. Oh, I love it. Man, I really love stuff like this. You start building something and you have no idea what you're doing. You're just throwing stuff at the wall and hoping that it sticks. And after a while, you start to understand what the hell you're doing. And you refine and then you get something really slick. Ah, I love this. However, this new tool is missing a pickup every once in a while. As it turns out, the holes in the marble holder are ever so slightly too small. So sometimes the marble gets a bit stuck. And you can actually see the marble sticking a bit to the holder when I flip it. So we're gonna reprint this part with slightly bigger holes. But there are also still a few issues with positioning. Part of the issue is system hysteresis. If we reach a point from the left, we end up in a different place than if we arrive from the right. A simple solution is to always approach every point from the same starting position. But there's actually bigger fish to fry in this system. I had calibrated the extreme positions and assumed everything in between was linear. But in practice, the system is actually kind of non-linear, so you end up in the wrong spot a lot of the time. The solution is a lookup table. Instead of calculating positions, I store the real measured values, and I use those directly. This technology is called a lookup table, and I've added an approach position in the middle of the holder plate to solve the hysteresis. Wow, seems really reliable now. I 3D printed a new holder and the issue with the balls getting stuck is gone now. However, the pick and place mechanism gets stuck now. No wonder this isn't gonna work, so we need to release this and then we can move on. Luckily it's just a quick fix and reprint. And finally I added acceleration. So you start slow, you move the fastest in the middle and then you slow down again. Alright, so this clock has the ability to go absolute beast mode. I think it's satisfying, but I think it's also satisfying when it's moving gently. What do you think? Oddly satisfying.
If you'd like to explore this project further, I've made all the files available on my website. That includes the 3D models, the FreeCAD design file and the full code. Fair warning, it's raw. The files are messy. The code is very honest engineering. This is not a polished kit. I've also added a few optional support tiers if you simply want to help fund future builds.
Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the content, don't forget to like and subscribe. And until next time.